Open source is a development practice in which the source code for a project is shared publicly. Depending on the license terms, this code may then be downloaded and used in other projects by other developers. But what would happen if the original developer added malicious and outright strange updates to their code impacting literal millions of projects? Well, let's talk about faker.js. On January 4th and 7th, 2022, GitHub user Merrick created a new commit on their repos faker.js and color.js respectively. Faker.js can no longer be found on GitHub, however the changes to color.js are still viewable as of this recording. The changes were outright strange to say the least. The first added an American flag module that prints the word liberty 3 times on 3 lines, and prints ASCII art for Uncle Sam and the American flag. The second causes an infinite loop by printing garbage characters, essentially attacking the parent project with a denial of service attack. Considering colors.js had 27 million downloads, and faker.js had 3 million downloads, it is a very fair assumption to say that millions of projects were affected. Larger users such as Amazon and Facebook thought the file may have been hijacked. By hijacking a GitHub account, malicious parties are able to create malicious commits to infect users of the npm module. However, in this case, the commits were published by the repo owner themselves. In response to this, GitHub reportedly suspended Merrick's account, although they quickly revoked their action. I've also read rumors that they reverted Merrick's commits as well, although I can't find evidence for this. As to why GitHub so quickly revoked their suspension is not clear, although other rumors suggest that GitHub received significant backlash for the decision from the community. So why did Merrick add those malicious commits? Well, it was later discovered they had made a blog post on their personal website, still viewable for the web archive. In this post, Merrick explains how they did not want to offer their open source projects for free anymore, and is exploring the possibility of monetizing faker.js. A post in their faker.js repo, also viewable through web archive, was discovered in which Merrick expressed their desire to no longer support Corpus with their free work. Judging by the comments, other GitHub users agree with their decision. From the actions that followed, it is likely that their attempts to monetize Faker failed, and therefore they decided to sabotage it instead. The core of this controversy boils down to whether or not Merrick was in their right to sabotage their own project. Maliciously attacking users is definitely illegal, but could this situation be considered an attack? Faker and colors.js are licensed under MIT, which has only 2 conditions. The first is to preserve the copyright, and the second is essentially a bunch of legal jargon stating that there are no guarantees that the code does what it claims to do, or is free of bugs and vulnerabilities. So legally speaking, Merrick is in the clear here. However, ethically speaking, was what they did the right choice? If they wished to monetize or crack down on corporates using their code, they could have simply changed the license to a more restrictive license, such as GPL v3, that disallows the use in closed source projects. But I believe Merrick was trying to make a statement, that companies with huge budgets take advantage of sole developers who work for free. These developers often operate without funding and without compensation. So if a developer like Merrick wants to sabotage their own project, they should be in the right to do so, and the companies that use said projects are the ones who have to clean up the mess. After all, beggars can't be choosers. Honestly, if GitHub didn't suspend Merrick's account in the first place, I don't think the scandal would have been such a big deal. But GitHub overcorrected by denying Merrick the right to manage their own projects, hence the backlash. Now, I don't blame GitHub here. This is new territory and a gray area in open source I don't believe we've seen to this scale before. But if anything, I hope this whole scandal is a lesson to us all. When we use someone else's work, in any domain, they are doing us a favor. We are not entitled to their work and they do not owe us anything. We need to take responsibility on our part to make sure their work is sufficient for our needs, not the other way around. And above all, be thankful. Be thankful that someone gracefully provides their work and services for free. Maybe give back to the community yourself, or just leave some kind words for the involved parties. Because a little kindness can go a long way.